Corner, wearing black, trimmed with gold, weighing 140 pounds. He brings a professional record of 41 victories without a loss, including 31 knockouts and a world title to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, from Mexico City, Mexico, here is the #1 ranked challenger in the world, former lightweight world champion, the undefeated Miguel Angel Gonzalez. And across the ring, in the red corner, wearing white, trimmed with red and blue, also weighing 140 pounds. In 1992, he captured Olympic gold. And now, as a professional, he has a perfect record of 22 victories without a defeat, 20 by knockout, and 3 world titles to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, here is the pride of East LA, presenting the 3-time world champion and reigning undefeated super lightweight champion of the world, the Golden Boy, Oscar de la Hoya.
All right, gentlemen, we've already been through the instruction in the dressing room one time. I expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions from the challenger?
No, sir.
The champion. Let's get it on.
Nobody says it better than Mills Lane. Let's get it on.
If De La Hoya is too powerful for Gonzalez, as he has been for most of his opponents, this could be quick. You've already heard Larry tell you that Gonzalez is a notoriously slow starter. De La Hoya's fight plan in return is to, quote, attack him like a dog and pressure him from the get-go. And once again, as has been the case in so many recent fights, De La Hoya somehow looks bigger and stronger than a man who weighed in at the same weight. Oscar feinting with the right hand and sticking the left jab. No offense from Gonzalez so far. Throws the left out lazily. Now he fires the jab. First punch from Gonzalez. De La Hoya on the button with those 2 jabs, and the second one snapped Gonzalez's head back. De La Hoya missed with the left hook. George, I'm just not sure Gonzalez looks ready.
Well, Oscar De La Hoya, of course, is a quick starter. He knows that if you mix those jabs up, he added that to his repertoire about 2 years ago. A stiff jab, get a guy wondering about it, and then come on top with the right hand.
The first thing you notice about Gonzalez is that his head sits still. He doesn't move his head very much.
And that's bad news against a power puncher, and right now, Oscar is using that to pile up points with the left jab. Gonzalez starts to fire his own jab. So far, he's been content to let Oscar set the pace. They trade jabs at center ring. Oscar lands a left hook. De La Hoya with this measured punch output. Not throwing as many punches as he did earlier in his career, but trying to make each punch count more.
Well, if he can get Gonzalez to throw in jabs with him, it could be a long night for Gonzalez.
Mills Lane is going to tell Gonzalez not to throw low blows. That's one warning. Why would it be a long night for Gonzalez if he throws the jab, George?
If he starts trying to match jabs with Oscar De La Hoya, his face will get swollen. And Oscar De La Hoya's got the better because he's educated himself well with a left jab.
Right hand for De La Hoya, right past the guard of Gonzalez. Left hook stuns Gonzalez. De La Hoya sharp from the get-go. Again, De La Hoya blocks with his own right hand and lands his left hook. Gonzalez getting swamped in the first round by the De La Hoya assault. All those Gonzalez bettors better wonder why it looks like this for the beginning. They gotta hope their man warms up. A punch after the bell by Gonzalez, and De La Hoya just kind of stared at him as if to say, how dare you. As we go to the corners, where you hear Spanish being spoken, our interpreter is Ray Torres.
Ándale. Así, estira los pies. Okay. Está bien.
Are you okay now? Is everything all right?
Páralo.
Go ahead and stop him.
Páralo.
Stop him.
Páralo.
Stop him.
Y le pinta su recto. Páralo.
Feint him and then throw that right hand.
¿Está bien cómo está haciendo? Muy bien. Okay.
De La Hoya looked like he could knock over a building with his straight left jab, and that set up these hooks later in the round.
Jabs in round one by punch stat count. De La Hoya threw 42, landed 30. It was a jab clinic in round one. Gonzalez obviously wants to start faster in the second round.
What Gonzalez has to do is he's going to get De La Hoya discouraged, make him miss with those jabs, get that head moving.
Right hand lead across the top by De La Hoya, and he clocked Gonzalez with that one. Gonzalez starting to loosen up offensively, starting to land a little bit, but De La Hoya is finding some opportunities to counter.
De La Hoya goes in real effective with a good stiff left hand. Then he gets this guy waiting on it, and he throws a quick right hand lead.
There's a jab for Gonzalez. Steps in and tries to land an uppercut. De La Hoya misses with the counter in return.
Well, that was good for Gonzalez. For the first time, he made Oscar De La Hoya do something he had not intended to do. Throw a right hand that was not intended to be thrown. And that's what you want to do with the young fighters. Make them do what they did not intend to do.
Another good thing Gonzalez has begun to do here in the second round is to go to the body. He was all upstairs in the first round, didn't accomplish anything, but he's landed a couple of shots to De La Hoya's ribcage here in round two. Right hand off the top of De La Hoya's head. Gonzalez's offense heating up. The slow start seemingly over with, and now Oscar has something entirely different to deal with.
Oscar evidently is trying to work on getting a right hand in now, just to find him with the right hand, so he's keeping his left low. Not trying to start anything with his jab at all.
De La Hoya cautious here in round two, paying a lot of respect to Gonzalez. Gonzalez able to sneak in a little quick left hook. Save this for Miguel Angel Gonzalez. He seemed outclassed in round one. He's begun to find the target in round two, but now here comes De La Hoya with combinations again.
Seldom you see a young fighter, once a guy drops his hand and showboat on him, De La Hoya hit him in the stomach.
De La Hoya lands a left hook. And this is a pro De La Hoya crowd. We have not always seen that here in Vegas.
And I've never seen De La Hoya do this kind of an act.
Where you want a corner now to kind of steady him and tell him to cut it out. Go back to what got you here.
Left hook to the body by De La Hoya. And he punctuates the round with a vicious left hook upstairs.
Very good. You're doing very good. Okay? Stay alert. Okay, listen very good.
You're catching the punches very well, but you've got to stay alert. That's all you've got is about 3 more rounds, okay? But you're doing very good considering everything, okay? Just stay alert all the time.
You got to be alert.
Whenever you shoot your punch, okay? Okay?
Once again, the left hand of Oscar De La Hoya. The left hand is his best hand, but he fights in a conventional side. Later in the round, the big hook. Every fight we see De La Hoya in, he's a little better in something. I have never seen him thunder that jab the way he is tonight.
Now Gonzalez steps out in round 3 and begins to step up the level of his own jab, firing the jab with much more aggression than was the case in round 1. Almost as though Gonzalez needed the entire first round to warm up and get ready to fight. Oscar De La Hoya, by punch stat computations, has landed more than 60% of his punches in the first 2 rounds. But now it's Gonzalez who's throwing more. And the Gonzalez contingent in the crowd begins to make its presence felt.
Well, if you're going to be throwing a good stiff left jab, you don't want to move on your legs too much, because that's where all of that stiffness comes from, in the legs.
De La Hoya blocking Gonzalez's left hook with his right elbow, missed the counter in return. Short with the right hand there, short with the jab.
Good body punch by Gonzalez. And you know, I've always said about Oscar De La Hoya, the one thing in his armor that was bad, he never tries to win fights on points. He's always trying to set up a knockout. Sooner or later, someone is going to be around there and ahead of points.
Well, particularly if they can get to his body enough to take away some of the power in the early rounds, and Gonzalez is starting to do some damage. Good left hook by Gonzalez under De La Hoya's chin. And another one. And Gonzalez starting to lead with the left hook to good effect.
Yeah, because Oscar standing back trying to get his left jab started rather than moving around. If you're going to move, move. If you're not, keep your head moving. Move your leg or your hand.
So as Gonzalez becomes the aggressor, dispenses with the jab, and throws power punch leads, he starts to get effective. But now De La Hoya lands a left and a right.
You always tell the fighters, move on your legs. If you're not going to move those legs, keep that head moving at all times. De La Hoya was moving his legs, then he stopped moving his head.
And Gonzalez has started to beat De La Hoya to the punch at long range. Didn't look in the first round as though he'd have any chance of doing that. Now De La Hoya goes back to the jab, and Gonzalez answers confidently. So Miguel Angel Gonzalez begins to fight as though the first round was an aberration, and he's got some stuff that can challenge De La Hoya.
But the one thing, De La Hoya is a puncher, and you don't want to follow a puncher around the ring. You don't want to do that.
As we were saying, Gonzalez,
You gotta feint him.
Fight.
Okay. Mueve siempre la cintura.
All right, now you got to move your waist.
Y bien parado, bien perfilado.
Just-
Y le entran todos los jabs, todos los rectos.
Use your jabs
Píntaselos.
because
Pam,
the
pam.
jabs are getting in, and jab and cross.
Ese gancho que le están metiendo, tiene que poner también para que entre el gancho. Abre las puertas si quiere
You need
abrir.
to start throwing the uppercuts. Go in the middle.
Muy bien, deep breath. Fondo.
Move real well.
In the last 2 rounds, Gonzalez has been able to throw more punches than De La Hoya.